Shalom, family. Just checking in once more to make another quick video, another edition of Spiritual Food for Thought. I hope that all finds you well today on your journey to the kingdom. But as I always say, if it's a struggle, that's a good thing, because the Most High is in the process of taking us to a higher level of understanding through our trials and through the adversity that He brings forth and allows to come forth in our lives. As I said, the only way that the Most High could prove the investment of His Ruach that He placed in His people or His children is by trial and error, by the testing of this existence, to prove the reality that the Spirit of the Most High Power lies within us, that we stand, that we keep trying, keep going, keep seeking, keep knocking, just as He said, no matter what we suffer. So, anyway, before I move on, just want to say that I make these videos. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe or tell you what to do. You know, just trying to put some thoughts out there that you may consider. And as you take those things to the Most High for yourself. Because, you know, the main reason I make these videos because I'm trying to encourage people to seek the Most High for yourself. Because in this realm of understanding, in this realm of His permissive will, where the process of creation is actually manifesting itself, we all have been had. We've been lied to about virtually everything in this existence, because we have thus received our identity through the mouth or the ways of Hasatan, which comes through the mouths of men. And so we've been enslaved to a spirit of man worship that causes us to seek the things of man that lift man up, that deifies man versus deifying the Most High Power. And also understanding that the only way we can perceive the ways of our Creator family is by being born of His Spirit. The same Spirit that empowered our big brother, His only begotten Son, to show us the way in how He carried His life, the things He did, the things He showed by demonstration, as He taught us the ways of the Father. But then He took it to a higher level, as He allowed us to receive the same Spirit that empowered Him. This is why He tells us that we must be born again, because unless we're born again, we cannot receive the things of the Father. As I said, in our lower nature, the things of the natural man is not subject to the laws of Elohim. So, we can't receive the things of the Spirit in our flesh family, because the flesh is our own understanding as fallen men, which is basically driven by the spirit of Hasatan, who is the spirit of our pride as fallen men. So, with that said, family, I want to just talk a little bit about a reality that it seems like to me that most of us could actually relate to. As the Father, as I said, the Father in this hour now, He is opening up the mysteries of the kingdom. Because the reality, family, if you don't know the mysteries of the kingdom, you're not going to make the kingdom. And the mysteries of the kingdom is that we all have to come to understand is that our understanding as fallen man is our worst enemy. So we have to come to understand ourselves through His Spirit in order to overcome the wickedness that's in us. Because without the revelation of the Spirit, nothing's possible. So we can't be redeemed if we don't have the understanding of the mind of our Creator. This is why we must seek and keep seeking, knock and keep knocking, ask and keep asking, because the Father said, if you seek me, I will reveal myself to you. So, beauty is that it's the love of the Creator that He placed in you that's causing you to seek out His ways. And so as we continue to rely on other men, it's like we choose to be willfully ignorant. Because the only way you can really learn and know and understand, family, is from the Creator that He placed within inside of us all, for us to commune with Him, that He can bring forth our creation process as we go through this existence. Okay? Because as I said, the only way he could prove the investment of his Ruach that he placed within us is to try it out and test it out through the adversity and the things of this world. So, as I said, we must seek the Most High for ourselves. Okay, but the thing I wanted to elaborate on a bit this time is trying to get us to that place where we really can see and understand. You know, Yeshua said the love of money is the root of all evil. That's what he said. And I find it amazing that he said all evil. Now, understanding what money is. Money is the power of this world. Our understanding of money is the power of this world. Okay? This world exists because of the understanding that we need money in order to accomplish anything. See, money is just a tool that the powers of darkness use to enslave us to their thinking. Okay, because basically in this existence, in this world, in this artificial world of Hasatan, men have the mind that without money, they can't do anything. You know, if you talk about dealing with different problems of the world and stuff like that, the first thing that come out of these leaders' mouth is how much money it's going to cost. Okay, the bottom line is if we're talking about the survival of our species in this world we exist in, family, what the hell does money have to do with that? Okay, see, this is the beauty of the difference between the kingdom of the Most High Power and the kingdom of man, which is the kingdom of Hasatan. See, as we are enlightened by the Spirit to see ourselves and the world around us through the eyes of nature, and when I say in the eyes of nature, I'm talking about in the oneness of the love that the Most High Power has for his creation. When we operate in the spirit of love, money does not exist. See, money is the big lie that Hasatan has convinced us, and it's the means in which he's given power to those that's in authority to rule over the people by the manipulation of their ignorance. Okay, so money is simply the tool that the powers of darkness use to enslave us and to keep us enslaved. Through the power of the understanding of the mind of our Creator, we understand that in the kingdom, one of the things that was spoken in the scriptures, it said, come those who don't have money. And it's ironic that Yeshua told his disciples to preach the gospel to the poor. Okay, because the rich man mentality, he has a mentality of rulership and control over others. And the rich use money to manipulate those on the bottom. Okay, those the folks on the bottom are everyday average folks that's really trying to earn an honest living and just be okay. But the reality is this will never be so in this world, because of the spirit that of selfishness that reigns and rules on the top. Eventually, without the birthing of the spirit, it rolls downhill and affects those at the bottom. So, selfishness, the spirit of selfishness or self-awareness that's separated from the Most High Power, is bred in this very season. It causes us to be enslaved to this thinking of this world. Okay, but what's happening in this hour, family? The Ruach is revealing to those of us who seek after the Most High the truth that in the kingdom, money will not exist. Because there'll be no more selfishness, so there'll be no more need for money. And so we got to understand that why Yeshua said the love of money is the root of all evil. And it's simply because, really, family, money is power in this world. And it gives people the authority to do whatever they want, whatever they desire. Money puts people in a position where they actually is above the law. Because the super rich or the elite that's running this world, they actually have all the money. Because as we live in this system, what do? The money we so-called earned in working our jobs and doing the things that we do, okay, what do as we have to continually pay to be a part of this system? We simply give the money right back to the powers that be. That's why we never get ahead. See, so the reality is we got to understand what we dealing with. And we got to understand the reality that the only one that can deliver us from this world, the slavery of this world, is our Creator in the spirit of His righteousness, which is asking and receiving the Holy Spirit of the Most High Power. Okay? As our Creator, He is the only one that could deliver us from this evil of self-awareness that's separated from Him, that causes us to continue in the slavery of this existence and to continue to be stuck in this place of the Most High's permissive will, okay, which is the realm of creation. So the bottom line is we can't stay in this place, family. And we have to be brought into the kingdom of the Most High Power. And only the Ruach HaKodesh, or Holy Spirit, can lead us into this place. This is why we must be born again and understand that we're in the process of being created. So, as we understand that we're in the process of being created, family, it changes our whole perception of everything we're dealing with. Because then we understand that we are created beings. And we are in the process of being prepared to enter His kingdom. Because the kingdom of the Most High Power is the completed form of His creation that gets to operate in the oneness of His absolute love for His creation that He desires. Okay, so in reality right now at this time, you know, the kingdom of the Most High Power is the desire of the Father, where all things work together in oneness and harmony of His absolute love, that we all understand our place in the kingdom and understand the reality that all the Most High ever wanted us to be is ourselves, but with the understanding of His mind. So this system keeps us focused on the things around us and got us in a state of mind that we believe the lie that we're supposed to rule our environment, and that's a lie. What we're supposed to do is rule ourselves. He said he that rules over his own Ruach is greater than he that takes a city. So if that's true, family, then where did we get the Most High desire for us to rule over His creation? Whether it's other people, whether it's His creatures, or whether it's Mother Earth herself. You see what I'm saying? That's a twisted, perverted understanding, because how can a created being that don't know itself rule over the Most High creation? It ain't possible, it ain't logical, it ain't rational, or none of those things. So the bottom line is we need to be humbled as we come into the presence of our Creator. And what brings us into the presence of our Creator, family, is the baptism of His Spirit that puts us in our proper place as created beings, where we understand that we was created to serve Him in His righteousness, the righteousness of the oneness of His kingdom. Not our own righteousness, not anything of man, but man, we was created to serve creation, the Father's creation, by living in the understanding of the mind of our Creator, so that we could be a nurturer to this world, okay, whether it's to each other as brothers and sisters, whether our fellow creatures, you know, our brothers and sisters there, Mother Earth in which we came from. We all are a product of His imagination and what He chose to create, to express Himself as creation. Because the Most High, everything in the kingdom of the Most High is an expression of everything that He is. So until we understand our purpose within that place, we're lost. and headed for destruction. So we need to understand the relevance of money and how it is our love for it and our desire for it is the root of all evil, because money is power in this world, so we want to have power in this world. So that's why we seek and search after whatever ways we need to get money to survive in this world. It creates a mindset of idolatry because it makes us self-aware, and then we understand that the only way we're going to be okay is we have to possess money. Okay, because it's the only thing that works in this world. That's the problem. It's this world, but the world of the kingdom don't have nothing to do with money. It has simply to do with understanding the will of the Most High Power that will put us in our place and drive us and draw us and lead us to his righteous kingdom. Okay, where it's going to be the oneness of his love. Live in a world where all things is full of the knowledge of Elohim, where we're able to be what and who he desired us to be, to walk in oneness and harmony with creation, okay, with nature. That's why I said the Father has begun to speak to us that have an ear to hear through nature, through the understanding of nature. Because as we continue to be distracted by the words and the media of this world, we're going to stay distracted and never miss that simple point that's been right there inside of us the whole time through the Spirit of the Most High Power. So we have to go to the source, and the source is our Creator, to understand our place within his divine order. Okay? Nobody else can tell you the will of the Most High Power for your life but him. Okay? So what I'm saying is, as money is simply a lie of Hasatan. Because one of the things that Yeshua said in the temple when he drove out the money changers, he said, my house of prayer has become a den of thieves. Because the people in authority simply stole what belongs to the Most High. Things that came from the earth, that they stole from the Most High and claimed it as their own, and then turn around and convince the people on the bottom that this is mine, and if you want some of this, you got to pay me for it. This is why the people that's in power stole everything that they have. They stole everything, and they told you in your ignorance that this is theirs. So now if you want to be a part of this, you got to pay me. In other words, you got to be my slave in order to receive this here that was actually put here for the benefit of us all, as far as the kingdom is concerned. So it's man's pride and selfishness that causes him to make a slave out of his brother. And money is the tool that has empowered those in authority to enslave the poor. Okay? That's why the message of Yeshua, he told his disciples to take the message to the poor. Because the rich are their own Elohim. So they don't desire to sit up under the feet or under the authority of the Most High Power, because that'll bring them off their throne. So the reality is, family, they don't have the capacity to serve or to understand or to love, because it's their riches that they trust in that make them feel like something. You see what I'm saying? Because in reality, they have a self-hatred, and this is why they spend their lives trying to prove that they're not an evil, wicked person, and they do these deeds to try to cover that stuff up. But in reality, they looking for something in return, and ultimately it's to be praised and worshiped by men. You know what I'm saying? Self-worship, which ain't nothing but self-worship. So we need to understand, family, money ain't nothing but a big lie of Hasatan that he's used to enslave us and control the people of this world that have the consciousness of this fallen nature. We need to be delivered from that, family. And the only way we could be delivered from that is as we are born and birthed in the spirit of his mind to see ourselves through his eyes, which will then cause us to walk in a way that's contrary to this world. And as I said, the Most High is going to take his people back to nature, and through nature, he's going to preserve his people. This is our deliverance that's coming. And as I've said, as we understand the truth, family, it breaks the bonds of slavery to our minds, where we continue to be under the power of the spirit of man worship, which is self-worship. And the evidence of self-worship is that we do whatever it takes to survive in this world, even if it goes against the perfect will of the kingdom. So this is why we must be born again, to receive the mind of our Elohim, so that we can be delivered. Because see, even now, as we see our need to be delivered, as he begins to reveal the true poverty that we actually living in by being a slave to this world. Okay, and then the desire to be free. The righteous, holy desire of the Spirit is for us to be free, to be ourselves in him, so that we can serve him according to his will and his righteousness as our creator. And ultimately, as the child of the Most High Power, that's where our pleasure comes in. You see what I'm saying? As we are submitted and understand that we walking in the perfect will of our creator. Okay, so that's where the peace of him comes in. You see what I'm saying? So we got to understand what we need to be delivered from before we can receive our deliverance, family. Like I said, if we don't understand that the greatest enemy we got is our understanding of self, according to what the world has taught us and showed us. Okay, the lies that we've been imprisoned to by the lies. Okay, so the only way that we can be delivered is receiving the mind of our creator, that gives us an understanding of his kingdom, what it is, and really where it is in all these things. Because until we receive the truth, the absolute truth from the source as our creator, we ain't got a shot, and we headed for destruction. So the deliverance that we are coming to as a people, as his children, no man can deliver us from this. It's only the Father can deliver us through the Spirit, through the understanding of his mind, that brings us to the place where we understand and see ourselves through the mind of him, just like the Son was able to be obedient and subservient to the Father, because he had the spirit of the Father's mind, so he knew his place. And we have to be brought to that same place. So as I said, this is why money, the love of it, is the root of all evil. Because money, the love for money, causes us to desire things that actually go against the laws of nature. The violation of the laws of nature is the big driving force of the whole financial market. The whole financial understanding of us in our fallen nature is corrupt because it deifies man. Because how can man, as a created being that was supposed to serve the Most High Power, turn around and enslave the world to bring him pleasure? That's totally blasphemy against the Most High Power and his spirit. So we need to understand that the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, family, is simply the violation of the laws of nature, the natural higher laws of the kingdom of the Most High Power. That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. So we need to understand that that standard of holiness comes from the understanding of the Father through his Spirit. Okay, so the bottom line is, if we outside the desire for his perfect will, we operating in a spirit of blasphemy. This is the seriousness of the hour, that we need to know ourselves through the mind of our Elohim, our creator. So we need to be delivered from this deception that we need money in order to live. Because the reality is the Most High got a whole nother way for us to live. And it's going to be us being one with nature. That ain't going to have nothing to do with money. So we are going to be separated from this system. Even to the point that the desire for the kingdom of the Most High be the greatest thing to us. And we will love our lives not unto death. I mean, in every way, we're going to stand and we're going to walk in what the Most High has appointed to each of us, his children. So, I guess pretty much that's all I got to say. As I said, that's how the love of money is the root of all evil, because it causes us to be enslaved to the spirit of fallen man, which is what the spirit of Hasatan is, because Hasatan is the spirit of our pride that causes us not only to serve him, but to serve our own desires, which is a result of our thinking as we are own Elohim, because all we about is pleasure. So anyway, I just hope I said something to give you something to think about. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to do or what to believe or teach you or nothing. Just putting some thoughts out there to understand with the hope that it will begin to encourage you to think for yourself. Seek the Most High for yourself so he can give you your identity through him, so that you can fulfill your destiny on your journey to the kingdom. So as I said, we need to love the Most High first. And in our ignorance, we have desired power over the Most High himself. Until we desire to be made one with our Creator and love him for who he is, what and who he is, you ain't got a chance being led to destruction, because your real desires the creation, the things of the creation, versus the perfect will of our Elohim and how we serve him in oneness and love and righteousness of the Spirit. So anyway, family, until the next time the Most High allows me to make a video, I pray that he keeps you and watches out over you as you continue to seek him for yourself. Because the not seeking for yourself is to walk in willful ignorance, and that in itself is blasphemy of the Ruach, or the Holy Spirit. So until next time, family, I say one love and shalom.